Hey guys, and welcome back to Sakura Spirit. My name is Yusha Anime, and here we are at part 4. And I realised I haven't got my mouse. Hold on, be right back. Hey guys, and welcome back. I've got my mouse this time, and I don't feel like I'm a massive moron. So let's continue with Sakura Spirit. After that little instant, we relocated to the kitchen. The smell of food filled the air. Despite the younger girl's easygoing attitude, always humming some cheerful melody, I found my cheeks still burning from embarrassment. Oh gosh, to think that a girl would say such a thing. I quickly shook my head to clear the thoughts from my mind and turned towards the elder sister. The soup is delicious. Is Maiko-chan usually the one doing the cooking around here? Yay, I'm glad you like it, Takahiro. I don't usually cook, so I made a few lucky guesses. It is rather delicious, Maiko-chan. Perhaps you could do more cooking from now on. It would allow me more time to lounge around. Well, the first step to getting your wedding sash is to become a good housewife, and that includes cooking. Oh, don't tell me she's going along with it now. I added this with a bit of amusement, following Machiko's comment. I took another sip of the soup. For a lucky few guesses, this dish had turned out pretty well. That's true. I'll learn how to clean, and I'll cook for you, and I don't know what else, but it'll be fun learning. Maiko, you should stop that. You know very well that it would be pointless for you to marry him. Only the villagers know how to craft a wedding sash. And we both know this will not happen. That's not necessarily true, Machiko-san. It only becomes ever more evident that you are not of this world, Takakun. The villagers do not tolerate our existence. They despise us. We can never ask such a favour of them. All we have to do is find some way to make the villagers accept you. I guess you'll need to learn more about the village itself before you can do that. Great, she infiltrates it. She knows all the locations of it, but she knows nothing about it. Genius. The pale-haired woman shook her head slowly, her ears flattening against her head as she did. It's not that simple. They would never trust us, human. Oh, sorry about that. Tongue work. Humans and fox spirits have never been able to get along. I'm honestly surprised that you've been able to tolerate us this long. I would be happy to be proven wrong, and you are free to stay here as long as you wish, until, of course, you grow too wary of our ways and decide to leave. Well, you are panty thieves, and I saved your lives, and you slept in the bed with me. I don't make my guy will somehow. One-sama, please don't say things like that. Takahiro wouldn't do that, would you, Takahiro? Of course not. I wouldn't abandon someone just because they're a different species. That's not the way Gushiken Takahiro does things. However, I do remember the village elder telling me that if it wasn't just the fox spirits, it sounded like humans and spirits everywhere have been on bad terms for a long time. Do you know why, Machiko-san? I do not recall. Much information is withheld even from someone as such as myself. Why did she suddenly speak very old and formally then? Most spirits keep to themselves these days. These are a few exceptions, TSUYURI being one of them. Powerful spirits come and go as they please, but they tend to remain in their world. Fox spirits, however, have no other place to go. We are stuck in the human world, for better or for worse. Huh? I didn't realise it was like that. I guess I'm finally learning stuff. Well, this TSUYURI character lives in the shrine, right? We should try asking her for some ideas. No. We do not need to go see her. Absolutely not. No, I don't want to see her. I don't want to. Okay, she's had some trauma with her. Oh, I just remembered who TSUYURI was, guys. I was somewhat taken aback by Machiko's suddenly childish way of speaking. It reminded me of times I had been told to go visit a doctor when I was younger, complaining and throwing tantrums along the way. But isn't she the only one that can help us? I refuse to go. She already is a fiend, and I dislike the idea of spending even a second in her presence. She can't be that bad, can she? Besides, if anything happens, I'll protect you. Whoa. Fine. If it really means that much to you, I will attempt to lead you to the shrine again. But you will enter the grounds alone. I don't want to go anywhere near that place. You will be on your own, Takakun. Can I come in here tonight? Absolutely not. I'm forbidden. You are not allowed to follow us under any circumstances, maybe. She's going to follow us, isn't she? Fine, I'll stay here, just like you said. I'll be here in the mansion. All alone, unprotected, all by myself. Who knows what might happen to me? I could get trapped under a bookcase and die. Ooh, I'll slip in a banana peel and die. Or get bored and die of boredom. I'd be so super duper bored sitting here all alone in the same place day in and day out. Wow. Fine, I get it. You may come along, but you must be on your best behaviour, little one. No running around and no talking unless spoken to. Well, I thought she was going to sneak along, actually. Hi, okay. Despite Mako's cheerfulness, I couldn't help but wonder what had happened between Machiko and TSUYURI for her to react so strongly. Yeah, I wonder too. I decided that maybe it wouldn't be a bad idea to spend some time with the two sisters to get to know them a bit better. Well, I do have 2 weeks until I need to get back to my own world, so there's really no need to rush. How about we do something else instead? I'm sure Machiko-san wouldn't mind a distraction. Well, the longer I get to stay away from the place, the better. How about bringing Mako-chan along to go fetch some desserts for us? There are oranges, apples, and a small vineyard behind the mansion. I could whip up some cream to go with it if you like. Sure, that sounds easy enough. Let's get us some delicious fruit, Mako-chan. Alright. Wait, when did we see the fruit? Did we ever see fruit? As Mako led me towards the garden of the impressive mansion, she seemed a little quiet, as though she had something on her mind. I wanted to ask her about it, but something about the way her ears sagged and her tail hung low told me that probably wasn't the best idea. I decided I would simply try to cheer up. So, which do you prefer, Mako-chan? Apples, grapes, or oranges? We could gather all three, but I bet we can grab a few for ourselves first. Apples, I guess? I knew a fox spirit once, a friend of Minna, who loved apples. I can't remember her name though. I guess my head's a bit hollow. Apples are awesome. Crunchy on the inside and sweet on the inside. And your head isn't hollow, silly. If that was true, I think I'd be stuck in that jail cell. I know someone did most of the thinking though. I just sort of went along with that, she said. Well, someone has to take the lead. Besides, I'm still grateful for your help all the same. How about I playfully flicked Mako's forehead with a grin. Oh god. See? It doesn't sound hollow at all. She's gonna cry, isn't she? I just hear. Oh god. I'm sure there's plenty of clever thoughts in that pretty little head of yours. Yeah, she's meanie. Now, you know I'm alright. At least. Anyway, let's get those apples, shall we? Okay, I'll get them. You grab that basket over there. Alright, let's get down to business. Feeling hyped, I went to grab one of the baskets stacked nearby. And oh, little birdies. Hello, birdies! I returned to Mako, who had started climbing one of the trees. The girl who looked accustomed to climbing, but her small hands had me a little bit worried, hanging from the branch with just her legs. She checked to see if the apples were ripe. Mako-chan, be careful, you might slip. Ow! Ita! The girl had thrown an apple at me, and while my reflexes let me catch it with ease, the force behind it still stung my palm. Wow, how powerful is she? Jesus! Of course, I did exaggerate a bit for the girl. Haha, I'll be fine, Taku-kun. I've been climbing these trees all my life. Even the most experienced climbers end up running into trouble if they aren't careful. I smiled weakly at the girl's excited attitude, placing the apple I caught into the basket. You don't know what you're talking about. I'm a fox spirit. I won't fall. I'm super careful. Watch. I've grabbed the apple's nib. Is it me, or am I starting to predict almost what's going to happen? Wait, Mako-chan, unless you can fly, I don't think you should go for those. Fly? I can't do that, silly Taku-kun. Who has ever heard of the flying fox spirit? Yep, as expected, the moment Mako tried to reach for one of the apples near the top of the tree, the girl ended up losing her footing and stumbled down toward the ground with a loud cry. Mako! My reflexes quickly kicked themselves into gear, trying to catch the girl before she hit the ground. Unfortunately, I didn't notice the apples scattered around the tree, and as a result, I ended up tripping over them. I managed another few steps and was able to catch Mako before I dropped to the ground. My My head was throbbing once I had recovered from the fall. I tried to sit up, but found myself held down by a small but substantial weight. Okay. Whoa. Jesus. Hi. Whoa. They're huge. Opening my eyes, I looked up to see Mako sitting on my lap. Owie! I guess I tried to reach a bit too far. Thank you, Takahira. You saved me. And he gave me a soft, well, kind of soft and kind of hard landing. I ain't saying nothing. Look, Mako-chan, do you mind? You're crushing me. What? Oh my gosh, Takahira, I'm sorry. As the younger girl grew increasingly flustered, I knew I had to calm her down gently. I tilted my legs beneath her as she toppled forwards, her head resting against my chest. I guess we'd learned that fox spirits can be pretty clumsy. Or maybe that Mako is even cute up close up. Takahira, I think you're mistaking me for an ace. No, I'm talking about you. Player! You have that innocent side to you that's really charming. I wouldn't be surprised if lots of people from the village would have wanted to claim you as their adorable little sister once we cleared up those misunderstandings. I'd be happy to call you my brother Takahira, but lots of people in that village are super mean. I just want to spend time with you and Anea-sama. Aww. Brother, how about... My guy is still bold. It's bad that I don't even speak like this. How about darling? Darling? I don't know if I'm ready for that. Really? I think we'd be a cute couple. Teasing her. The hero of the fox spirit, living happily ever after. Your sister could stay too. We could raise a little family. I mean, we already have a house, so we wouldn't have to worry about that. And any guy from my world would kill to have a pretty wife like you. I held back a chuckle, and all the while that my teasing was taking effect, and yet I was so happy to see the spirits seemingly lifted. Thank you, Takni. I think Taka-kun would be better. Machiko-san probably wouldn't like another sibling. But I'm glad you cheered up. You didn't seem to Grabber! You didn't seem too happy earlier. The way your tail and ears were hanging low reminded me of a scolded puppy. Huh? Oh right. I was just thinking is all, you know, about that spell I wanted to try. The one that needs the silky wedding undies. Wedding sash! It's kind of like a belt that the bride wears during the wedding ceremony, and how any spell involving panties would be a good idea to cast. Oh, I thought it was like wedding undies that you wear on your wedding. Are you serious? Oh gosh. Anyway, the spell. I don't know why, but I've wanted to try it for a while now. And well, it's a gate spell. Not like those temporary ones, but, those are easy to make a permanent one. Like a portal to a different place. Sounds interesting. Are you sure it's safe? Silly Takani. That's not the point. This spell, it might be able to help you. That's good and all. I prefer not ending up in the middle of a sea or of a live volcano. I think we should be a bit more careful with your magic. I'm a good mage. That's what Harry said when he told Atlantis he had a solution to their water shortage. Huh? What's Atlantis? Yeah, you. A city with high ambitions, sunk into the deep. I think it's supposed to say blue, I don't know, or maybe I'm just being stupid. Anyway, I think it's best if we get an expert's opinion before we try anything. We're going to visit this TSUYURI anyway, so make sure she'll be able to tell us if your spells will get me home. What? But Sue-chan told me I shouldn't use magic at all. She said it was only for her to use or something. Maybe she had a reason for saying that. Like maybe, I don't know. Do spells have side effects? You're just like an ASMR. She forbid me to, but I showed her that spells could be helpful and that I can control them, so she let me do more research. I wonder how long she's going to stay on me and crush me. I should have phrased that better. I'm not going to throw spells around like they're nothing. I'm not a dumb little kid. I'm not going to do anything. Besides, you seem old enough to take care of yourself. Not that I know how old someone like you might be, but beware of the dark side of magic. In most stories, magic usually comes with a price. Like, what do you do if magic gave you a terrible tummy ache or headaches or worse? Out of all things, diarrhea. Whoa, what if magic gives you diarrhea? I don't know, I think I'd stay away from it. Then you better prepare a case. I wonder what would be the side effect of that one. I do get headaches, but those aren't really all that big of a deal. And I get to do a lot more things for an ASMR. I'm not going to change that ever, so there. I already said I wasn't going to make you do anything. However, what you do need to change is the fact that you're straddling me and I just realised what I meant. Why are you straddling me, girl? You're rather close, so I'd appreciate if you could get off. But you're so warm and soft. Oh my god, this is like they are sisters. I could just curl up and sleep on you. Don't go fall asleep on me. Just kidding. I wouldn't do something like that out here. Maybe tonight though. It's only fair since I know someone got to do it, but more importantly, dessert! We need to get back inside. I know someone's probably wondering what's taking so long. I couldn't really argue with the girl's impeccable. Yeah, she did actually use her head there. But dang it, why are you straddling me, girl? I mean, come on. I know I saved you, but this has escalated rather fast for me. With a smile, I helped the girl to her feet and gathered the few fallen apples into the basket. We returned to Machiko and enjoyed our dessert together. It wasn't too long after that Meiko started to feel sleepy, so Machiko took her to bed, wishing me a good night. The next morning. I awoke the next morning to the sun filtering through the wooden blinds, yawning loudly. The girls had very graciously given me an entire room to myself, and it was certainly a lot bigger than my room back home. It was still early in the morning, likely a bit before breakfast. I decided to spend a short moment to gather my thoughts. It was clear that, in order to learn more about my situation, I would need to pay a visit to the shrine. Maybe I could even find the answers to some other questions that had been lingering in the back of my mind for a while now. The fact that Machiko seemed surprisingly nervous at the mention of TSUYURI's name made me wonder about their relationship. What could possibly have happened to make Machiko react like that? The apparent hostility between the villager and the fox spirits is another issue altogether. Of course, I couldn't forget about the fact that I needed to find a way to get home as well. Just as I finished gathering my thoughts, Meiko's voice resounded from the downstairs. Takani! Breakfast is ready! Gohan dekita! Could you go get on here, Sama? Sure, we'll be right there. I don't want to guess what's happening next. I quickly made my way out of the room, finding myself with one of the corridors I mentioned. Once outside, it didn't take me long to find Machiko wandering around the corridor, her lips curving into a smile when she saw me. Oh, I was wrong, okay. No need to look for me, Takakun. Meiko's voice reached me loud and clear. I was expecting another virtue scene, if I was honest. Good morning, Machiko-san. Did you sleep well? It was a decent sleep, although perhaps a bit lonely. However, you seem to be getting along with my little sister Takani, was it? Oh no. Yeah, you got another sibling now. Perhaps I should consider you my rival in the quest for the heart of my dear Meiko-chan. She seems to like it. I guess I'll be stuck with that name for a while. Oh, is it not to your liking? Well, perhaps you would prefer Darling. She heard. You were watching us? They are completely like each other. They watch each other, what each other's doing with another guy, just to see what they're doing and spy on the other siblings. I want to put my down drinker on the table. Indeed, it was taking me by such a long time. I was rather curious and snuck out. But I didn't see you at all. Well, I am a Pox Spirit. Hiding myself from humans is like playing hide and seek with a child. Then, why didn't you use your hiding skills to hide from the guards? Yeah, why didn't you? Now that you mention it, the thought never... Even more face palms. Are you kidding me? You freaking kidding me? Well, it certainly was fun getting chased by them. Unfortunately, Mako does not have the best control over her change. She is far too excitable and is unable to maintain illusion. Okay, that makes sense. It is her one magical blind spot. I'm sure it wouldn't have been fun if the Senorita had caught you both. That certainly wouldn't have been an unpleasant experience. Then again, I'm sure you would have ended up saving me, wouldn't you, Takura? I noticed a subtle change in Machiko's voice as the sweet sugar-coated words caused my cheeks to flush red. Yeah, I really wasn't good at dealing with this girl's flirty attitude. Neither am I, because I am not used to this. Stepping backwards, I turned towards the stairs at the end of the corridor and replied in a hurried tone, "Mach-chan is waiting for us." And with that, I rushed towards the kitchen, with Machiko giggling behind me as she followed. Good morning, my dear. Ohio, potato demo. I fixed up some sugar, Adam, it says eggs, not sugar, and toast for you. There are some oranges too. Ah, wonderful, thank you, little one. You are getting better at this. To wake up knowing a pretty girl made my breakfast, it's good to be alive. Perhaps you enjoy having one resting by your side as well. That's a bit overkill, especially considering the condition of the said girl. I recalled the sight of Machiko sleeping yesterday and my cheeks immediately grew red. I quickly sat down at the table trying to distract myself by changing the subject. So, thanks to you two, I learned a little about this world. How about I return the favour and talk about mine? Do you have anything you want to ask? Oh yes, I want to know. What are the spirits like in your world? Spirits, you say? I thought about a question for a moment before I replied with a sheepish grin. Well, in my world, spirits only exist in folk tales. They appear in stories and certain religions even worship them, but it's not like we've got them running around like they do in this world. Folk tales? Worship? The word is strange, Sakura. Thank you, I'm living in it right now. Ah, that's kind of boring. And what about your life? Are you a defender at your village? You said something about judo before, was it? What was it? Oh, what is it? You mean judo? Well, in my world, people go to this place called school. It's basically a place of knowledge, where you learn a lot of things before you're considered an adult in our society. But in my world, the defenders are known as the police. They keep things peaceful and such. I'm just a student. I guess you could say that I'm studying to become a defender, not just of my village, but of my whole country. It was a bit exaggerated, but it felt kind of nice to call myself a defender. Hehe, that sounds weird. It's the police, like the army or something? Defending the whole nation? Your world is very strange, Sakura. I wouldn't call it strange, Machiko-san. It's this world that's weird. But no, the police is like the guards in the village. We do have an actual army that defends the country though. Either way, your world sounds like fun. Especially if everyone's like you anyway. Oh no, oh dang it, these oranges all have worms in them. Ew, did you forget to check them again? Oh god, why are you putting worms in my drink? Oh, how terrible. I must have been overcome with fatigue and never gotten around to checking them properly. Big old lazy me. I'll just have to go and get some apples instead. As Mako went outside to grab some apples, my eyes drifted towards Machiko, who was observing me in a content smile, clearly pleased with something. Oh, hi. It is such a relief to see her in such a good mood. It has been a tough few months, I just admit. She's been upset and her magical skills have not been progressing as fast as they once did. We all have our ups and downs, especially when it comes to study. I still remember how I used to dread exams. So little time for my judo. It made me rather sad at times. That does sound rather stressful. Tell me, Takura, what is it that you study? I'm intrigued by this school notion. Well, my situation is a bit different from most. While I go to school like everyone else, I actually aim to become an athlete. To explain it in a way you'd understand, an athlete is someone who practices a certain sport, and those who are among the best end up representing their country. I have an upcoming tournament that will decide whether or not I'll be able to represent my country in judo. I think I understand. Your focus is on your strength, while gathering knowledge to allow yourself a multitude of options. An interesting method. I should thank you. I guess you could say it like that, but why thank me? I believe that your sudden appearance in our world has had a lot to do with Mako's newfound joy. I can hear her singing something I have not heard in weeks. It warms my heart to see her so overjoyed, and I believe it's because of you. Thank you, Takakun. I doubt that's the only reason, but you're welcome. I smiled bashfully at Machiko before continuing. Then again, I should also thank you busting my rear out of jail. I don't want to think about what I would have been doing if I was still in the care of the Tsundere tyrant. Neither do I. Jesus Christ, I don't want my balls in a shish kebab or a mantelpiece. You are most welcome, but please, do not be so hard on Mio-chan. There are many things here beyond her control. Perhaps it is out of our hands for now. I still wish to thank you, Takakun. I have been wondering how I might repay you for bringing such joy to my marriage. I'm in danger here, aren't I? Do you know what, guys? I'm going to keep going for a second until I find a good place to stop. Is that alright? Repay me? For a moment, my thoughts drifted towards a certain idea, but my cheeks quickly turned scarlet red at the thought. I couldn't ask something like that of her. I'm not sure I have anything in mind. I think your smile is enough. You are a true gentleman, Takakun. It's a shame, though. I was thinking of so... She was thinking of... Fox Spirit giggled to herself as she turned towards the garden, watching Mako struggle to descend from one of the trees with an armful of apples. Mako-chan, there are only 3 of us. You barely snuck out for a 4th person. Speaking of 4th person, it sounded like you two used to talk a lot with the spirit at the shrine. Why do you get so nervous whenever the TSUYURI is involved? Yeah, that's not important. Oh, yeah? That's not important. Oh, is that giant bird carrying the seed of the world tree? Or maybe this. I should go in. TSUYURI Dono, thank you for visiting us today. Machiko-san is right over there. TSUYURI, no, I'm sorry, I've just been terribly busy. Please forgive me. TSUYURI-sama. Whoa, to think you get all that flustered. Is she that amazing of a person? You don't understand. It is complicated. There are certain skills that I, as a fox spirit, possess a subtle way of talking or acting that influence how people perceive me. They are, I suppose they would be considered social skills. But for fox spirits, TSUYURI is capable of completely negating these, and it leaves me feeling rather nervous and helpless. I see. So basically, she's immune to your flirting and connecting the dots in my mind. Applying the palm against my hand. Hand against my forehead. Oh my god. Now I get it. You're afraid of approaching her because the TSUYURI is the bigger flirt than you. Oh, she's flirting with you. Oh, I see. She's lesbian. Oh, maybe she's bad. I mean, she's trying to come under me now. For some reason, I suddenly felt rather disappointed. That's not true. Well, maybe. I mean, she has some overpowering presence, and that does not allow me to properly do my thing. I'm not sure what you mean by swinging. However, it means you know, like girls. Oh, really? Well, how about we forget all about TSUYURI for now, and I'll show you exactly what. Jesus, that won't be necessary. But she must be quite a challenge to deal with, considering. I briefly lowered my voice to a whisper. You're already a handful to deal with once you start your teasing. You are perhaps less the gentleman I thought you to be, Takakun. What am I then? A lovable rogue, perhaps? Or maybe you just see yourself as more of a hero type. Of course I'm a hero. A perverted one, but a hero nonetheless. He admits he's a pervert. Oh god, mate. You're lucky in this one, otherwise you would have been clobbered by a childhood friend. Good grief. Bad cheese, you already knew that. Alright, I'm going to end it here for today, guys. I think I've done quite a long video for today for this playthrough. So, thank you so much, guys, for watching my 4th part, yeah, fourth part to Sakura Spirit. Leave a like if you enjoyed, and subscribe if you want any more. And if you have any suggestions for any games, let me know. Anyway, I'll see you guys in my next video. So, guys.